Why is my lovely Lisa looking like a little girl blue?
It's weddings. I cry during them. I cry when they're over. And then when the bride tosses out the bouquet, I feel sad and lonely.
Yeah, but it's just the fuss is all over. Now, you and I know that this is when the real happiness begins.
Yes, of course we do.
Hey, where's the bride? Hey, bride. Well, Duncan has taken Beatrice and Harriet to your place to change, and when they get back, we'll go to the airport.
You got the plane tickets? I'll take the plane tickets. I got the plane tickets.
I want to thank you both for making this a truly wonderful day.
Oh, Johnny, come on now. We're going to miss you so much, and we want you to be happy. That's all that matters.
This place sure cleared out fast.
Yeah, it did. I guess I should think about going home.
Wait a second. No, I just remembered something I forgot. You know that? I mean, just before Beatrice threw the bouquet, I think I was going to dance with you. Try again?
Yeah, sure. Come on now. Come on. Yeah, come on. Suddenly so quiet in here.
I think somebody should tell Mulligan to take down the private party sign and let the regulars in. Phew, depressing this way. Yeah, it is. Makes me think of my wedding. And Steve. And being alone. Oh, well, that's you're lucky. I can't even remember the one wedding I made it through, actually.
No, come to think of it, this could be dangerous.
Why? What's that? What is it?
I just mean, one false move and you could have a broken toe.
I think I'll risk it. I'll risk it for you. How things doing on the home front, huh?
I mean, Tonio, I haven't heard from him. And that's a little unnerving. I mean, it's unsettling not knowing what he's thinking.
Mrs. Breyer's having one of her better days. A new medication seems to give her more lucid moments.
That's very good to hear.
You have a handsome visitor, Mrs. Breyer.
Thank you. Hello, Mrs. Breyer. How are you today?
Do I know you?
You know a very good friend of mine, Iva Snyder.
Iva Snyder?
Yes. She came to visit you here. Mrs. Breyer, I don't want to upset you, but I'd like to ask you if you remember anything about a man named Martin Guest. He was a friend or business acquaintance of your late husband?
You have hit an all-time low. You send that Judith Clayton woman up to my son's school to pump him for information for that silly, lousy, yellow rag you call a newspaper. You want to get ratings on your silly Hicktown television station? What does it matter? What are you looking for? The award for the slimiest, most underhanded, underdealing journalistic reporting that goes? You win it, babe. You win it. I don't know why you did it every single time.
John Dixon. What are you doing here? Why are you in my private bath?
Private? This place is about as private as Grand Central Station. I ran into some bozo coming in here out of...
That was no bozo, that was my man. Sir, that was hot. Anyway, even if I had the entire defensive line of the Los Angeles Rams, what concern is it of yours?
As your cardiologist, I would be very concerned,
John.
and so should you be.
Get out of here before I have someone throw you out.
You and who else? I told you I met King Kong on the way in.
Very funny. Matthew is a black belt in karate. And he's giving me lessons.
Oh, you're gonna do karate, huh?
Yes.
Say karate! Ah!
Stop.
Ah!
Get away.
Ah!
Stop.
As the world turns.
Weeks and it never seemed like the right time. I better take the chance now. We might not have it for a while.
Oh, don't say that now. You make me start to cry.
Lisa, you know me better than anyone. But you've probably wondered how I managed to try to marry Shannon twice and then suddenly realized that I was in love with Beatrice.
Oh, come on. I don't need explanations. Oh, human emotions are so crazy, and I know it. Well, I should. I've gone through it enough, haven't I?
I've been trying to figure out myself. I've been trying to understand what happened, and I suddenly realized that I think maybe the shock of Dad's death threw me off balance more than I realized way back when. We were both deeply affected by it.
Yes. I want you to know that I am really determined to find out why Martin Guest committed suicide. And, darling, I am going to make every effort to clear your father's name. But I just haven't been able to do anything about that. I had to get my life together, and now I think I'll be able to face this.
I know you will. And if you need help, you know where to find me. Lisa, you found the stability that I was searching for after Dad died. You know, there were a lot of women. Juliet, we had this whirlwind romance that went nowhere. And then Barbara came into my life. I realized that the problems with Paul made me figure out I wasn't responsible to handle that kind of a situation. And then Shannon came along. She was completely different than Barbara or Juliet. I thought she needed stability like me too, you know, but God, I loved her. Turns out that she didn't need that, and I tried to change her, and that's always a mistake, to try to change people.
Oh, I know. Isn't it, though? The two of you really cared so much for each other, and yet you would have been so unhappy together because you would constantly be trying to change each other. Shannon is a very smart woman because she was smart enough to realize that and also recognize the fact that Beatrice is the one for you.
I don't want to change anything about Beatrice.
Oh, well, there you go. You're ahead of the crowd.
I want you to know something. When I woke up this morning, I was more at peace with myself than I've ever been since Dad died. And you're responsible for a lot of that. I love you.
I love you.
Duncan's waiting in the car outside.
Oh, so he's driving to the airport?
Oh, so I should say motel at the airport.
Very nice motel.
Good to see you. You too, Brian. Take care of yourself, all right?
Oh, Brian, good luck.
Thank you. You take care.
Thank you for having me.
You too.
Bye. Congratulations.
Good luck. Thanks.
You be happy, all right?
I am.
Good.
And I will be knowing everything is the way it should be.
Yeah.
Here. Beatrice, come here. Your present from me is waiting for you at the airport. What is it? This is a luggage check for Potluck. I know how much you love him, and he's all ready and packed and waiting for you to go back to Scotland.
Potluck is...
Oh.
Potluck is our dog. Thanks. Right. We better get going. Duncan's gonna get his dander up, all right? Hey.
You know what's in my heart?
I love you too. I love you too.
Oh, Brian, you're close.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. See you soon.
Well, anybody want another drink, huh? Jack, come on. The party's not over yet. We're not going to let this party die, right?
All right.
We're celebrating. As a matter of fact, tell you what, Mona Lisa's tonight. I got to go by to the hospital and meet us there, okay?
You want something?
Oh, I don't have to go home. Danny is with Grandma.
Okay, good.
And I can just take my baby along.
All right, that's it. It's done. Say about 7 o'clock.
Sounds good.
You're feeling better?
Oh, indeed I am, yes. I made a promise to Brian and to myself as well. I promised him that no matter what, I was going to find out the reason why Martin Guest committed suicide. And, darling, I am going to make every effort to clear Whick's name. And I would never be able to do that if you hadn't given me the strength.
I can understand your reluctance to talk with me, Mrs. Breyer. I know that I'm a stranger to you. But the widow of Martin Guest is a very, very close friend of mine. And his suicide shattered her life. she's still looking for the answers.
I know what it means to lose a husband. You can see what Clifford's death did to me. I've never recovered.
Yes. They say that you're doing much better. I hope that you'll be well soon. Mrs. Breyer, in my friend's case, there's a young girl. Her name is Lily. She's never understood the reasons behind her father's suicide.
Innocent child. Such a shame.
Yes. I'd so much like to help both of them. Do you remember Iva Snyder? Iva Snyder. She's an attractive young woman with red hair, and she came to see you here. You gave her a journal that belonged to your late husband.
She said she'd never show it to anyone.
And she has kept her promise, I can assure you that. But that still doesn't help Martin Guest's widow or her young daughter. Can you remember anything about the relationship between your late husband and Martin Guest?
Now that I have your attention, are you listening to me? Will you get something straight, John? And finally, believe me, listen. I did not tell Judith Clayton. I did not tell Judith Clayton to go after her son. As a matter of fact, I don't even believe she did anything.
Oh,
why?
come on.
She came here after the wedding, and she had a massage.
I saw the two of you start the free-for-all after the wedding, and in a church yet, for crying out loud.
John Dixon, I didn't start that. I didn't. I wouldn't stoop so low.
I must say, though, you were handing out as good as you got.
But I'm afraid your image is ruined, and that's your television station, too. Your picture all over the place, rolling around on the ground.
There will be nothing on my station. Don't you talk about image, darling. Don't talk about image. I'm going to get my little camera. It's around here someplace. I'm going to take a picture of you. And you know what I'm going to do with that? Oh, I'm going to take a close-up of you. Like that. And I'm going to take it to the next floor.
Don't worry about my image. It's water under the dam, okay?
I guess she's busy like everybody else around here today.
I guess things got piled up with the wedding and everything, huh?
Well, I wish Lila and I could have made it. How was it?
That was like all weddings, very beautiful.
So, tell me, when are you and Iva going to have your own beautiful wedding?
I don't start. I don't know. I keep asking. She keeps on saying no. One more time, it's a strikeout.
Well, I wouldn't pay any attention to those stats.
I guess you don't. How are things between you and Mama?
Great. Well, she's a little tense about things today. She tried to have a talk with Bob about us, you know, wanted to talk to him before anybody else did. But the conversation got a little short-circuited when Franny showed up. I don't know what the problem is, because I talked to her and she couldn't have been happier for us.
Really? And that's okay with you when you used to be hung up on her, right?
I'm in love with your mother. Everything else is just history.
And you can be that cut and dried about your feelings?
What can I tell you? When you're sure, you're sure.
Hi, Casey. I'm sorry I'm late. I spilled coffee on myself. I had to change my clothes.
No problem. I invited Betsy and Sierra to dinner with us, so there's no rush at all.
Oh, all right. I just have to talk to Rex about it. You know, if we're going to make it a party, why don't I invite Meg? I mean, you know, getting good grades, a celebration. Why not?
Fine, yeah, Meg's night.
Okay, great. I'll be right back. Hi.
Hi. Hey. So smiley about you in the lottery or something?
No, even better.
What?
I just finished my little talk with Bob.
Oh, you get a gold star. How'd it go?
Well, he was thrilled. Well, I kept wondering why, it seemed like he didn't, you know, well, Franny had told him everything about everything.
Oh.
But I don't know why I was worried. He was very supportive, and he wants to tell you that, too.
Well, see, now what did I tell you? Huh?
Meg, come here.
Hello.
How about joining me and your sister at the Mona Lisa for dinner tonight? We will celebrate the good grades.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, that's terrific. Oh, but I don't get off till 7.
Okay, then we'll have a fashionable dinner at 8.
Yay! Mama! Oh, hi.
the bus station. I knew you'd all be too busy to pick me up, so I was hoping I'd catch Ivy here. She's
Well,
still
as a
around?
matter of fact, she is still here. This is great. It gives us another reason to celebrate. It's going to be a wonderful day. One big party.
Look, I wish the two of you would please come to Mona Lisa's for dinner. We'll get over the post-wedding blues. Huh?
What blues? I'm fine. Listen, I'll drop by a little later, okay?
You're really fine, Shannon.
Yes, I am on cloud 9. You saw how happy Brian and Beatrice were? This proves that I'm right.
Well, being right doesn't mean, well, it can't give you an empty victory. Okay?
Well, not this time. Really, go. I'm fine.
All right. Come on, Lisa. I want to stop by the Argus and see the new story on Brian's wedding. No, I understand. There is a terrific photo of the fight that you all had at the church.
No.
We are going to put it on page 1.
You would not do that.
No. You and Shannon aren't in it. It's Cinda and what's her name?
Oh, Clayton woman.
Clayton. They both look like harpies.
Like they are. I love it. I love it. Come on, let's get some of them here.
Oh, boy.
I know why you're staying here instead of going to Mona Lisa.
Why, Harriet, you don't even have your crystal ball.
You hope Duncan will come back here.
That is ridiculous. Mulligan's is my favorite pub, that's all. Hey, you.
Hello.
You are late.
Well,
the reception is over.
Finished my shift at work, and I thought maybe you'd like a dinner date.
Well, thanks. You know, Dusty, if you were 10 years older, I'd elope tonight.
Well, in 10 years, he will be.
So, here we are, here you are. How'd you find this place?
I stopped by here my first night in Oakdale. It's the only place I know. I was disappointed earlier. I saw that private party sign out there.
Oh, well, we were having a wedding reception for some friends of ours.
Oh, what poor guy got rope-tied and branded today?
Oh, well, I don't think that was his attitude. He seemed pretty happy about it.
Well, give him 6 months.
Sounds cynical.
Well, from what I've seen, it sounds pretty accurate.
Now, I don't know about that. I've known a lot of good marriages. My grandparents have a wonderful marriage. The Hugheses, they celebrated their golden anniversary last year.
That's 2. Hey, listen, there are exceptions, but my folks just tolerated each other. And me. What do you think?
Well, I'm not exactly the person to ask right now since I'm in the middle of a divorce. But no, I believe in marriage as an institution, and I believe that marriages can be happy. As it turns out, mine just didn't work out.
Where's the nurse?
Mrs. Breyer, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this is bringing back unpleasant memories, but I do so want to help Martin Guest's widow and her young daughter.
I don't like to see children suffer. Clifford and I never had any, but he found homes for so many babies. Most of his legal practice was given to arranging adoptions.
And are you sure that you never heard him mention the name Martin Guest?
No. Oh, a distant bell. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
It's time for your visitor to go now, Mrs. Breyer.
Thank you, Mrs. Breyer. Maybe I'll come back and see you again sometime, all right? Goodbye, thank you.
It's all right. Oh. I do remember. I remember. Clifford talking about a Martin Guest. Just a few days before he was murdered.
Dear, I'm feeling so tired after that trip. Maybe I ought to go back to the farm.
No,
instead of
you
staying
don't.
for
I
dinner.
want you to have some fun. You worked way too hard for Aunt Elizabeth. I felt so sorry for her.
But we did find a very good hired hand, and she has really wonderful neighbors.
Did she hear from Josh at all?
Yes, she did. He called her from Oregon. He's working on a farm out
Oh, that's
there.
really great. He can work in Oregon, but he can't even help his own mother. He doesn't even know that Uncle Henry's up.
Yes, he does. Apparently, that was his bedroll that you found in the barn. He didn't leave until a long time after the blow-up.
I know. I felt that. I knew it. But did he tell Aunt Elizabeth what the fight was about?
Yes, he did, and thank God it wasn't what we thought it was going to be. Uncle Henry told him that he was not going to inherit the farm, and he felt very angry that he had worked all his life for nothing, and he accused Uncle Henry of resenting him because he wasn't his natural son, and that's just about what it was.
So Uncle Henry kept his promise. He didn't tell Josh about the baby.
Thank God.
Okay, let's go. Oh, Mama, it's so good to have you back.
I didn't have a chance to ask you how you're doing.
Well, terrific. Everything's just been fine. Did I ever tell you how good my grades have been?
Yes, she did, and I am very, very proud of you. Maybe now we can put the problems behind you.
Yes, maybe so.
It's too bad you had to miss most of the reception.
I guess it's just as well Lily and Holden were here together.
Hey, you gotta get a handle on that or it's gonna drive you crazy. Take a lesson from me. I'm the perfect teacher.
I have a handle on it.
Oh, yeah?
It's just that Holden doesn't like it when I'm around and Lily is around.
Well, that's Holden's problem, isn't it?
Well, it's my problem when he takes it out on Lily. Coming to my birthday party?
Don't you know I'm jumping out of the cake?
You want to go get some dinner? You want to come out?
Yes. Oh, well, thank you, Dusty.
Oh, okay.
If you were 30 years old... No, I have to get back to the Corbin house.
Okay.
But I'll be your date and we can get a free dinner. Lisa's invited us to the Mona Lisa.
You can
So
get
you
a
can't
free
afford
dinner at the Corbin home.
Well, listen, Sean, if anyone comes looking for me, could you tell Mulligan that I'm going to be at the Mona Lisa, please?
Anyone?
Anyone has a Scottish bird. You can't miss him.
Oh, let's go.
Can't do it, though. You can't go.
Okay. So, do you still like working disabled?
Yeah, it's okay. It was kind of slow today with nobody riding.
Well, that will all change as soon as the seasons change.
Mm-hmm.
My mother and Lily are avid riders, and, well, as soon as I can, I'll be back on Free Spirit.
You do much riding there?
Not too much. Actually, I won't be riding there at all. This summer, I plan to move to Greece. Be with my husband.
I saw the ring, but I never see the husband, so I wasn't sure of your status.
Yeah, I'm married. Steve is Greek, and he always wanted to go back and live there. And so, well, a job opportunity came up for him, and he took it. So he's just getting settled, and then Danny and I, my daughter, will go and join him.
It's hard to understand how he could leave you behind.
Well, it was a mutual decision. You know what? I think we should get over to Mona Lisa. It's kind of late. Yeah, I think so, too.
Right on. Sorry about that. See you at the stable soon.
So long.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Whoever Steve is must be crazy.
What do you think?
I love it.
Proud new owner to the Argus, I prepare for a lawsuit. That is
Oh, no way is old Lucy going to sue us.
Hey, glad you can make it. How you doing? Welcome. That's great.
Did you tell Seth we were here?
Oh, you know, I forgot to tell you, Seth's got the night off, and he's probably with Franny making wedding plans.
Oh, I'll see you when we get back to the farm.
Okay. Come on in. Hi. Everybody? The Snyder clan has arrived.
Sorry to hear about your brother-in-law.
Yeah, well, thank you.
It's good to have you back.
Yes. Well, how did my little girl behave while I was gone?
All right, come on. I got a big table. Why don't you come this way, okay?
Okay. See you in a bit. Fun, Mama.
Come on in.
Oh,
Thank you.
Sure. Welcome. Listen, why don't I go get this table a nice bottle of wine?
Great.
Okay, back in a second. Oh, Mama, can we get ready for the next set? Okay.
Yeah, I
Great.
know. Be sure to listen very carefully.
Why?
It's for you. Craig, let's not make any trouble, all right?
No trouble, Mama. No trouble at all.
And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
I'm dining alone tonight, Craig. I hope you have a table for me.
I think we're booked up.
Well, I guess I'll have a drink at the bar and hope one of your reservations cancels.
I'm afraid not. I think I've already told you you're not welcome here.
Yes, but this is a public establishment, and unless you want to be unlawful and bar my entrance, that is, of course, as long as I conduct myself in an orderly fashion.
Thank you for the law lesson, Tony, but I think you forgot the pest control ordinance. You see, my instincts tell me that you're going to be making trouble here. You're going to disturb the peace, possibly incite a riot. And unless you leave right now in a very orderly fashion, I'm going to have to take steps to protect my customers.
Well, I'm surprised that you would risk reversing your surgery yet again. Before Iva Snyder comes to your rescue, I must ask you if you would like me to tell Lily what I know from Clifford Breyer's widow and the journal that she gave to Iva.
So, what's going on?
Hello, Iva. Excuse me. Thank you.
Well, if he wants to feel uncomfortable, that's obviously his choice.
Craig, just the person we need to see. You had to settle a dispute between Dusty and me. Now, when a proprietor or proprietress invites you to dinner at a restaurant and says it's on the house, do you still tip the waiter when he serves you an equal amount to what you would have been paying if you'd been paying the bill yourself? Craig?
Not when it's me, Shannon. Hi.
Hi.
I'm
sorry.
We're a little late. We stayed at Mulligan's and had a drink with Rod, the new stable hand over there. Walsh's.
We're glad to know that Tony was here. If you don't want to stay, I understand.
Look, we can leave.
Yeah, no, come on. It's all right. I'm gonna have to face him all through the divorce. I'm gonna have his child. I think it's time I stop letting him intimidate me. Let's eat. Come on.
Sure, come on.
What? Looks like we're having company.
Hi. Sierra wants you to hear. Betsy here.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Don't you look beautiful, Karen?
Thank you.
I'll go get that wine.
Hey. Well, this is such a nice welcome home. And totally unexpected.
Oh, well, I do wonder where Beatrice and Brian are now.
At 41,000 feet. Now, Brian promised he'd call as soon as they land.
I wonder why Duncan didn't come into Mulligan's when he brought Beatrice back from changing.
Well, the luggage was in the car. I mean, he
Oh, come on now. Stop trying to figure out that Duncan McKechnie. I've stopped a long time ago. Something you should do, my dear.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Beatrice McKechnie McCall. Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Truly beautiful.
I have to confess, when I was about to marry Thomas, I did not relish the thought of being Beatrice Beaton.
So that's why you married me. You like my name.
Mm-hmm. And everything else about you.
Have you figured out your final destination, then, Beatrice McKechnie McCall?
No. And I felt like a perfect fool when the stewardess asked me if I was making a connecting flight in Dublin, and all I could do was look at you.
I told her for you.
Yes, you took her aside and you didn't tell me. So she thinks I'm either deaf, dumb, or totally demented. Brian, it's not fair. We're husband and wife now. You promised to tell me everything.
Everything except where you're spending the first night of your honeymoon.
My honeymoon. Aren't you going to be there?
Oh, yes, I'm going to be. Are you happy?
Happier than I thought I ever could be.
You ain't seen nothing yet, sweetheart.
You know, I think it's a good thing that Duncan had to take care of Potluck for a while. It'll keep him from being lonely. Did you see him get all misty when we said goodbye?
Thought maybe he was allergic to dogs. No, I'm sorry. I'm sure it was difficult for him to let go of you so soon after confessing that you were his daughter, not his sister.
Hmm.
You don't imagine how many crazy things almost kept us from being together.
But we overcame them. which just proves we were meant to be together.
Did you read that in your tea leaves, too? Hmm?
No. But when I went to Earl and Lisa's to change, Duncan had tea and I did read his leaves.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. There were two things.
What?
First of all, there was no wedding tie, which means Duncan will live out his life as a bachelor.
What else?
There was an almost perfect form of a bird. And other leaves were forming bars across it like a tiny cage or a prison.
Earl, I have one more favor to ask. If the police ever find proof that links Duncan to Hensley Taggart's operation, or that he's the real Falcon, promise to call me immediately.
I wonder what it meant.
The only thing I wonder about right now is our wedding night.
I like it very much.
You did?
Mm-hmm. I thought you could have done another chorus of Rainy Day, you know, where you do that thing. What do you call it?
Modulate.
Right, right,
Well,
yeah.
good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Is that what you wanted me to listen to?
Well, no, I'm going to sing it in the next set. I want it to be very special.
Oh, I love it when you get like this. Relax, loose as a goose, happy. Let's talk with Bob helped, huh?
Yeah, it feels real good.
Okay.
Not too cozy, or else we go to the dressing room.
What happened?
Not in front of everybody, especially Reyes.
Tony, I'm sorry. I forgot he was here.
Yeah, well, I wish Craig would. He's been very tense ever since he walked in.
Can we not talk about your son? How much time do we have to get cozy before your
Not
last
that
set?
long.
I'll settle for it anyway. Come on.
No. No, Matthew, I don't want you to wake her up. I can call back first thing in the morning. I saw the photographs in the Argus, too. I know she's had a rough day. All right, good night. Hello, Meg.
Hi.
I wanted to say hello to you earlier, but I saw your mother come in and your sisters, and I thought, no.
Yeah, I think that was a good idea. I'm just going to the powder room.
So, hello.
Hello. Boy, you seem in a better mood than you were before.
Yes. Well, things have changed since I saw you at the hospital. Maybe a little bit later I can tell you about...
What?
Hello, Dusty.
Well,
Nice seeing you.
I knew you were going to do this. Are you crazy? Your mother's inside. You're out here talking to this guy.
Talking, yes, exactly talking. What I've been saying all along, which my mother should know.
I haven't spoken to your mother yet about this.
About what?
Well, not about any of this stuff. Some things that, his problems with John. Her problems with John.
Oh, God, why can't you just leave that alone? Especially with Seth wanting to strangle Dr.
Because I can't do that, Meg. The people I care about, I can't let go, okay? That's why I came down here against my better judgment.
Well, I am now going to the powder room, and I don't think Tonio's in there. Excuse me.
Well, I just wanted to say good night. Nice to see you again, Mrs. Snyder.
Mr. Reyes?
Sierra, I hope you're feeling as lovely as you look.
Thank you.
Well,
Excuse me, I want to give Seth another call. Okay. Be right back.
Hi. Miss Snyder, I didn't get a chance to come over to your table.
Yes, I know. How is John?
Well, he's pretty much the worst I've ever seen him.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Margot won't even talk to him.
Why not?
Well, because when he told her the truth about Sabrina and that he didn't tell Kim the truth when he found out the baby wasn't stillborn, and obviously you know the way she reacted, she's very upset. She won't talk to him.
Oh, my, that must make him feel horrible.
Yes, it does. He tried to call you when you were in Kansas.
Oh, I wish he had
Really?
reached me. Yes, yeah, I mean, while I was there, I tried to call him over and over again, but I could never find him in. Dusty, I want to talk to you. I want to reach Seth before he
Okay,
leaves.
I'd like that. I'll be here.
I'll be right back.
Hello.
Well, hello. I thought I'd lost my date.
oh, you didn't.
Hello again. Welcome back. I'd like to start the set off with a very special song for a very special person.
Faces were just faces, moonlit scenes, just lovely places. Sweet love songs never made me cry. But now I see the world through different eyes. Until you, I was a bird in flight in search of somewhere safe to lie. I was a soul the breeze would carry like a drifting kite. Never believe I'd find another heart that feels the way I do. Until you. So I promise to keep our hearts in laughter, to fill our world with wonder and friendship ever after. And I promise we'll always be together. The years will show us how to love as we do now. Until you, love was a word in tunes they always wrote for someone else. Fate is a lady who knows love will come, but never tell. Never hope to recognize my dreams the moment they came true. Until you. Never before did someone make me want to share my whole life through. In my office, we were talking about how much he missed you, and then Andy came in, and then he got all upset. About what? Seems this Judith Clayton woman, she said all the Sabrina story on the news, told all the whole thing, and then went to Andy's school and tried to interview him there.
No.
And then John got angry, and then, you know, I don't know.
Blame him for getting angry.
Well, see, the whole thing is, Mrs. Snyder, that he only believes that Andy and I are the ones who are understanding the story, and that's not true, but he can't accept it, and he's talking about moving away.
And he thinks that you don't believe his story.
Well, I believed him from the very
Mrs.
first.
Snyder, I wish you would have told him that,
I tried
though.
to, Dusty. I came by the hospital the day of the board meeting. When I heard about Henry's death, I just left.
Okay, what about right now? Because he's there right now. I just called. I got a busy signal. I'll drive you over there. You can talk to him. It would be great.
After 10 o'clock,
Mama, I think you should. I really do. I'll drive Meg home, and then I'll see you at the farm.
Well, I would. I'd love to talk to him.
Oh, it's a start.
Okay. Listen, I'll get my coat, and then I'll come say goodnight.
Okay. All right. Meg, Mama's going. Come on, I'm going to take you home.
Whoa, wait a minute. Where are you going? What's sticking around?
I got some work to do.
Nose to the grindstone again.
What do you mean Mama's gone? Where's she gone?
Desi's driving around to talk to John.
Oh, come on, just leave it alone. You know she's just going to
Meg,
hurt
come on,
you.
let's
Look,
go.
I tell you what, why don't I drive you and you leave your car here?
Well, what would I do in the morning?
Let me walk you to the door,
no,
okay? Can I walk
fine.
you to the
You
door?
stay here and have fun.
Honey, come here.
Fine.
Stop worrying.
Okay. You didn't say anything about the song.
It's because I'm saving my reaction till we get home. Alone.
Well, listen. How about a nightcap?
We'd like to crib, but I think come 8. You know, I think we should be.
Shannon, are you checking your watch again because you're wondering if Brian and Beatrice landed safely, or because...
Because no one has seen or heard from Duncan since he took them to the airport.
Oh,
Where on earth are we?
You're the right place, I hope.
Even the taxi driver we woke up couldn't make it down the last of that cow path they call a road.
Hey, I thought you liked little rustic cottages tucked away in the middle of nowhere, huh?
I do. But is this where we're spending our first honeymoon night?
Yeah, it might work out that way.
Oh, dear Lord, please don't let me have married a lunatic.
I wanted to do that. Hello, I'm Brian McCall. This is my brand new wife, Beatrice McKechnie McCall. I think you're expecting it.
I could have picked you out of the crowd.
Beatrice, I want you to meet your mother, Mary Callahan.
My baby.
Emma. I'm so sorry. I know it's so late.
My gosh. Oh, come in, please. Come in. Come in.
Thank you.
Gosh, when did you get back?
Nice to see you. I got back this afternoon. I was having dinner with my girls over to Mona Lisa, and Dusty was there, and he told me a little bit about what you've been going through. I'm really sorry, John. Dusty thought it was very important that I let you know that I have believed you all along about
You
this.
believe me?
Yes, I have. I came over to the hospital
you
this day
believe
at the
me?
board meeting, and John,
John!
Yeah.
Sesame noodles!
No.
Oh, good grief. Mrs. Steiner, hello, what time is this?
It's late.
Yes, it is. Well, John, now really, you're going to have to work on this. I mean, you make sure that the ladies don't barge in on you at all hours of the night.
Yeah.
Now, since I'm the Honorable Mrs. John Dixon.
Watch the stars shine, weeknights at 7 on Entertainment Tonight. The new you is next, here on TV 11.